Dr. Msaka.
Judge, I am honorary professor at Nelson Mandela University. And when I lectured the LLB students, they confronted me with the problem of preparing them to become unemployed graduates. Now, when I try to find out how does that happens, they say because we get academics who have no practical experience to teach them. Now, I was very encouraged to hear that you advocate that academics should also be eligible for appointment as judges.
Yes.
Do you have some ideas as to how these academics can be prepared so that they don't just hold a stream of degrees, but when they are in court, they don't even know when is the time to stand up or to sit down?
Yes.
Secondly, you haven't mentioned anything about judges' clerks. Do you think that there should be more space created for judges' clerks so that apart from pupillage, we can then start grooming young lawyers to become advocates and judges from that level?
Yes. On the issue of judges' clerks, I would add researchers, court researchers deployed.
That's another name for it.
Yes.
That's another name
Thank
for
you,
it.
CJ.
Yeah.
Deployed in the various divisions. I have actually, in so many ways, encouraged some of them, having gleaned through my interaction with them their writing skills, to do pupillage or go for candidate attorneyship. In my view, that would be the best way of going about. Commissioner, we can sum it up by simply saying a JP must have her or his eyes wide open all the time to identify people with the necessary skills and the potential to become judges. And in my view, history, as I said earlier on, has proven us wrong. I've read some judgments penned by persons who were never practitioners. Maybe let me not mention names of people who had not practiced and were academics and had touched a few court premises as presiding officers here and there, mediation here and there, conciliation, and they ended up being judges. So there's no scope for being dogmatic. We should open our doors wide. The only thing that I said earlier on was academics come from the academic world. What is important is identifying them with the potential they have and steer them in the direction of judgeship, encouraging them to go for aspirant judges courses, affording them the opportunity to act, and structuring that process. You can't just throw somebody in the deep end and expect that they will sit in the opposed motion court when they have not started with unopposed and so on and so forth. So there should be a structured way worked out to accommodate even academics, in my view.
But one question. Mindful of the workload in the judiciary, would you support an idea that judges should also give lectures at universities so that students can come face to face with people who deliver the judgments that they read?
That would be a good idea. Practical exposure for students.
The last one, I lectured at UNISA for 10 years as senior lecturer. We had a journal called Judicial, where we would criticize or analyze judgments all the time. Would you support an idea where one says, let's have journals, student or academic journals at universities, where academics and students are given an opportunity to engage with these judgments that are being handed down, and show the merits and demerits, and in a way that judges should not feel that they are being attacked.
Yes. Constructive criticism is part of development in any situation. I don't believe judges should not take kindly when constructive criticism is offered. That's all I can say.
Thank you, Prof. Commissioner Norman?
Thank you, Chief Justice. Good morning, ATJP.
Morning, Commissioner.
Good morning. As a mother and who started practicing at a young age, and you have a judge who has a young family, and perhaps a single mother as a judge, what is your plan? How do you plan to make sure that that judge's life, as a single parent, is made easy in a way that she will be able to perform her duties as a judge, but also find comfort in knowing that she will be accommodated when she has to attend school functions and things like that? Thank you.
That's a tough one. At a practical level, it may be tough, but at the same time, sensitivity for me would not start with me becoming a judge president. I do recall that I, as a silk, worked with no less than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 female advocates. So that element of being sensitive because of personal circumstances is something that, in my case, will not start with me being considered to be appointed as JP. There should be a measure of accommodation. The Constitutional Court, we will all remember, pronounced in the Pillay versus KZN government case on the notion of reasonable accommodation. So it's all about reasonable accommodation and treating people on the basis that they will be accommodated because of their different circumstances. I'm alive to the fact that the case had to do with religious liberty, but the notion of reasonable accommodation should cut across. That's my short answer to the question. Reasonable accommodation.
Thank you, Commissioner. Deputy